It's been nearly a decade since the last entry, and 4 years since the Falcon and the Winter Soldier donned a new Captain America. And now we finally have Captain America: Brave New World, the 4th entry into this MCU sub-series, with Sam Wilson now behind the shield, a new Falcon at his side, a Hollywood vet replacing the late William Hurt, and a big budget, coming fresh off a slower year with 2024. Why did this latest Marvel Studios romp start strong at the box office, but see mixed to negative reviews and a rapidly declining return? Let's find out. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and movie lovers of all kind, and welcome back to the channel. As always, I am your host, Brett Murphy, and for today's video, I am going to be discussing my in-depth thoughts on Captain America: Brave New World, and what I feel went wrong with this movie despite how much I actually personally enjoyed it. Before I hop into the actual video itself, I just wanted to let you all know that I have carefully curated playlists for every type of video I do, be it video essays like this one, ranking videos, top 10s versus videos, and so much more. There is a playlist for all, so I encourage you to explore the channel a little, and I guarantee you'll find something you like. And if by some chance you don't, then feel free to suggest something you might like. And so without further ado, let's hop right into things. Alright, let's start at the highest level and work our way down here. If I were to sum up what I feel truly went wrong with Captain America: Brave New World in just a single sentence, it would be too many cooks in the kitchen. While I did enjoy this movie, for the most part, I feel like it is a prime example of this age-old saying. So what do I mean by that? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I'm going to break it down for you even if you didn't ask. To start us off, you might want to know just how many cooks were actually in this Marvel Studios kitchen. It's 5. Yeah, that's right, F-I-V-E. 5 writers are credited on Brave New World. Rob Edwards, Malcolm Spellman, Dallin Mousson, Julius Ona, and Peter Glanz. This, of course, doesn't include any notes that might have come from Kevin Feige himself or any other producers, as well as notes or takeaways that might have stemmed from the many internal test screenings. Speaking of test screenings, that segues me perfectly into my next talking point. Rumor has it, or has been having it for months now, this movie was test screened to death, with reactions reportedly being mixed to negative every time. This is exactly what led to the extensive rewrites, which had the final product coming off like some sort of Frankenstein's monster, and including the names of 5 different writers. This caused entire action sequences to be cut or reshot, and numerous characters also being cut from the final product. To myself and many others, if you take a quick gander at any review site or social media reaction, this movie's various different versions are noticeably stitched together. It's a mishmash of different ideas, setups, and continuations with varying degrees of execution and the feeling of no real payoff. Why are there so many subplots? Why are there so many characters? Why does the movie feel so unfocused? Why does it not really feel like a Captain America movie? All great questions. So let's dig a little deeper then, and run down the list of everything this movie was trying to do. And this should go without saying, but massive spoilers ahead, and I probably already had a warning anyway. To the best of my knowledge, no one really knows which version of the script was the initial one, or what the original concept was. Some leakers slash scoopers have said that the final product butchered the original last act, but who really knows? All I know is that this movie had way too many subplots, and was seriously lacking in cohesion. We had the leader and his brainwashing, plus everything to do with Isaiah Bradley, which for my money was the actual good stuff. Then you have the Serpent Society, or really just Sidewinder, after major cuts and reshoots. They finally address the Celestial Head, which is apparently made of adamantium, which is, of course, what Wolverine's claws are made of. The Red Hulk subplot, which was more of a constant aggravating tease because he was plastered all over the marketing. And then Sam proving himself once again, also going rogue since him and Ross had a will they won't they relationship. And finally, his bromance slash mentoring of Joaquin, aka the new Falcon. Yeah, that's a lot, and if you're paying close enough attention, or even if you aren't, it's pretty easy to see where these different versions and extensive reshoots are stitched together. Going back to the heart of this first point, I think Disney and Marvel are so damn scared of failure that they are quite literally test screening their movies to death. Case in point, Captain America: Brave New World. Rather than letting creatives be creative, try something new and bold, or even be remotely daring, they'd rather have the executives decide what general audiences want or put it through the ringer by continuously watering it down with endless test screenings. Let's take some of those points a little bit deeper again. Now starting with the leader, because I felt like this character could have been not only a great but a superb villain for a Captain America movie. Tim Blake Nelson is a solid actor, and even though I thought the material was super weak, he gave a well-rounded performance in the version of the movie we did get. But there were so many issues with the way the character was written. Many of his lines are just generic villain jargon 101. He just randomly appears in places whenever it's convenient to the plot with no real explanation. And no one seems to see him come or go either. And then his entire mission is just to make Ross Hulk out, which to me is like, okay, cool. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but superheroes are generally accepted in this world nowadays, so I don't really see how this is him getting revenge. The only angle I can understand is that Ross is the face of the Sokovia Accords, at least to us, so it's like a gotcha moment, maybe? Regardless, thanks to this flimsy plan, he has virtually no character arc or depth at all. The last gripe I have is the redesign. I don't hate it like some people do, but I do think the original design would have better suited the character. Even if he looked a little goofier, at least he would have been comic accurate. Although, again, I don't hate the design, because I can see how he would transform into something like this following the end of The Incredible Hulk. The next one is insanely obvious and a huge common complaint for the movie. Red Hulk is barely in it. He's got like 5 to 8 minutes of screen time, and it's in the last maybe 15 minutes of the movie. That was a marketing decision though. That royally screwed the integrity of the movie. The entire movie's marketing revolved around Red Hulk. Yet so much of the movie's story revolves around the Red Hulk thing being a big secret or the big final reveal. They try playing coy, but since we all know it's coming, we're left just annoyed and waiting for it to happen. And then we feel cheated when it's so little of the movie. Next on the chopping block, the Serpent Society, because they were utterly wasted. From what rumors, leaks, and set photos suggested in the build-up to the release, the Serpent Society was going to play a big role in this movie. They cast Giancarlo Esposito as Sidewinder, the leader of the Serpent Society, cast a global star like wrestling phenomenon Seth Rollins as King Cobra, and Alita Battle Angels star Rosa Salazar as Diamondback. Other members that were rumored to be included were Asp, Bushmaster, and Constrictor, two who were also all cut of course. Others who claimed to have worked on the film revealed that massive action set pieces involving the original version of the Society were cut after being fully filmed. For those of you keeping track, this is the second time the Society has been screwed out of a major role in a Captain America movie. Given that before Civil War was Civil War, at least for a time it was Captain America Serpent Society. Director Julius Ona has come out and publicly addressed this, I will give him that, basically just saying they were cut because they felt too cartoonish. This led to those two actors being cut out and the Serpent Society being reworked into a generic terrorist organization, which in my humble opinion sucks. Alright, this one really did bother me the more I thought about it, and that is that Sam's arc feels nearly identical to the one he went through in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That series is all about Sam feeling like he's not worthy to carry the shield, that Steve made the wrong choice, doubting himself every chance he gets, and it then ends with him donning the shield, a new suit, and realizing he's him. He's that guy. Which I thought worked great for that series. This movie then basically just goes back through all of that all over again. People saying you're not Steve Rogers, and then if Sam screws up, he thinks he wasn't the right choice again, and that it's too big of a responsibility, or he's not cut out for the job. By the end, he gains his confidence back, so there's nothing new in his arc, no meaningful growth we haven't already seen, and nothing that makes me go, hell yeah, Sam. The only two beacons of hope are that he's been tasked with reassembling the Avengers, and then Bucky's line, which was something to the tune of, Steve gave them something to believe in, you give them something to aspire to. Because Sam hasn't taken the serum and is just a dude, so average people know they can make a difference. I love that point of view, and I think it really works even though Sam does mention numerous times he should have taken the serum, and in my point of view, there's no real reason for him not to, outside of good old-fashioned pride and stubbornness. But whatever, you do you, Marvel. These next and final two aren't really problems I personally had with the movie, but ones that cropped up numerous times while doing research for this video, and so I think they're at least worth mentioning. The first is that lots of people are pissed by the overabundance of previous knowledge needed to watch the movie. Yes, most people already know that the MCU is a series of interconnected movies and shows spanning nearly 2 decades, but a lot of general audience goers still haven't clued into the fact that there are specific paths to follow. A lot of people, understandably if you ask me, think they can just watch the first 3 Captain America movies and then go enjoy this new one, the 4th one, only to find out they need to have knowledge about the end of Avengers Endgame, have watched all of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, be well versed in the Sokovia Accords from Civil War, have seen The Incredible Hulk, and Eternals. Oh, and you'd also have to be aware that William Hurt had passed away and Harrison Ford replaced him, but it's still the same character. So yeah, that is a lot of homework, and a lot of homework most people wouldn't think they'd have to do. Like, yes, people should know by now what the MCU is, and it helps to have previous knowledge, at least to a certain degree. Like, absolutely, definitely watch the other Captain America movies, but who in the world thought they would need to have seen or rewatched 2008's The Incredible Hulk and Eternals to understand this movie? Anyway, the last item on my list is the heavy exposition dumps and useless characters that added nothing to the movie and only served to give us more people to follow, thus weighing things down overall. If you asked me, is there exposition? Yes. Did I find it to be an overwhelming amount? No, not personally, but many people did and were very vocal about it. I guess it was Marvel's way of making sure people who didn't do their homework were still in the loop. When it comes to the characters, Sam, Joaquin, and Isaiah were fantastic, so this part isn't aimed at them at all. But a ton of people, sort of myself included, didn't understand why so much screen time was given to characters like Ruth Bat-Seraph and Leela Taylor. Yes, I'm seeing the pattern too, but look, it's kinda true. They're fine. I didn't hate them, but the movie would have been improved by trimming their roles and focusing solely on Sam, Joaquin, Isaiah, and Thaddeus Ross. That's all I'm saying. Well, that just about sums up my thoughts on what went wrong with Captain America: Brave New World. As a brief recap, Marvel was too damn worried, and so they screen tested and nitpicked the movie to death, which led to it having 5 writers, meaning multiple rewrites and extensive reshoots. Then, like dominoes, it was all downhill from there. Did I still enjoy this movie? Hell yeah, I had a decent time and gave the movie a positive review. I have been an advocate for this movie. I liked it. I have my issues, sure, but I do feel like the reviews, at least in general, are much harsher than they need to be. there are probably 10 to 12 MCU projects that I would rank below Brave New World. And a lot of people in my personal life that I've been speaking to about this movie almost all feel the exact same way. It's not bad, but it's also not the return to form we were hoping for, and not even close to the Winter Soldier. It's just sort of a mediocre, middle-of-the-road, good enough entry into this long-running franchise. So that is all for today's video, folks. Be sure to let me know down in the comments below if you agree or disagree with my take on this particular topic. While you're at it, don't forget to let me know what you thought about Captain America: Brave New World. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Where does it land in your overall MCU ranking? Comment below and let me know. As a reminder to you all, this is the revamped BAM2 Movies, and it is your one-stop for everything movies. Be it video essays like this one, ranking videos, top 10s versus videos, tier list videos, I have it all and so much more, along with your daily nerdy news wrap-ups. A series of shorts where I keep you up to date on everything movies, gaming, and TV related. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that little bell icon so you don't miss a thing. As always, folks, I thank you all so very much for watching. Stay happy, healthy, and safe out there. From myself and the rest of the BAMTube team, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time, and that's a wrap.